to the House.
I call Adrian Rurawhe.
Tēnā koe te māngai o te whare. O te rā, tika ana kia tuku mihi atu ki te tokomaha o ngā tāngata no Waitara kua tai mai ki te whare nei. Nō reira, koutou e tai mai ki te whare pāre mata, manu kōrehi, o Tarawa, Te Atiawa, koutou katoa. E te māngai o te whare, tēnei ahau i tuku atu te mihi ki a rātou. Nō reira, e tiko ki kia tuku mihi atu, kia whakapiri tōku nei mii, ki ngā mii kua mihia e te mema Jonathan Young. Nō reira, ka tuku mihi atu ki aia, ki te mema me tēnei pere. Kei te mihi atu ahau ki aia mō ona mai katoa ka mahia mai e aia I roto I ēnei āhuatanga. Nō reira, tēnā tātou katoa. Madam Speaker, it is a great honour for me to speak on the third reading of this bill. I spoke on the first reading and the second reading. And the first reading, I spoke about all of the competing and different interests that a number of groups had. I talked about what each one of those, in my opinion, what their interests were. And I reflect on the words of the Honourable Andrew Little in his contribution. And I would add to what he has contributed around looking for a perfect solution. The unfortunate part is that to provide a perfect solution for one of those groups will provide an imperfect solution for another. And that is something that the Māori Affairs Select Committee, I believe, did a very good job on working through all of those issues, along with the member Jonathan Young. I want to commend him for his patience and his understanding, because it cannot have been an easy task to shepherd this bill through every stage of this process. Madam Speaker, it has been a very long process. The first reading was in September in 2016. We're now 27 months later. It hasn't been rushed. It's been a very slow process, but I would say a very thorough one as well. And it's also a pleasure for me to follow the contribution from the Honourable Chris Finlayson. And I think Mr Finlayson's contribution contextualised what happened before this bill. And Mr Young and Mr Little have talked about everything that's happened up until now. I want to add my thoughts around this. And my thoughts are mainly about the future. Some of the things that Mr Finlayson spoke about were the challenges of coming to a solution, but I would also add in there the generosity of everyone that was involved in it to try to find a solution. And in particular, I also really want to acknowledge along with colleagues, the contribution that Nashua Boys made to bringing us to this point, because she did work closely with every single party on this bill, and in her own quiet way challenged all of us to do better. And I think that was the right thing for her to do and for us to hear. Not everyone will be happy with this bill. But as I said before, a perfect solution for one group would be an imperfect one for other groups. I just want to, thinking about the future, that what this bill does is provide the avenue for both the Waitara hapu and the Waitara community to fulfil their aspirations, and gives them the means by which to do it. And I think that's a really important point to note. It won't happen tomorrow, but over time it will happen. I say to those who really don't want this bill to go through today, that this is just one part of a long-term solution, I believe. I think I can honestly, with my hand on my heart, say that that passing this bill today in its third reading is much better than not passing it, because not passing this bill will have implications for much longer than passing it today. And I hope that over time that we are proven correct, that the benefits of this bill, this act, as it will be, Madam Speaker, will provide the means for Otarawa and Manukōrehi, the Waitara hapu, to establish themselves in the way that they would like to establish themselves, to achieve the aspirations that they want to achieve. And as I said in the first reading of this bill, and at that time we had not yet had the third reading of the Te Atiawa Claim Settlement Bill. We had that about a week or so later. And I talked about the opportunities that the Te Atiawa Settlement Bill would have for all of the hapu. It's well known that the hapu weren't happy with everything that was in that bill and the process that bill took, but I'm certainly hoping that this today adds, this bill and the future of the arrangements within it adds to their ability to be able to achieve their aspirations. I want to encourage the new entity that has been established, Te Ko Atu Tū Moana. I believe that through this vehicle that the hapu will be able to achieve those very aspirations that I talked about. I believe also that with the help and ongoing relationships with both local government and central government will be critically important in the days ahead for the Waitara hapu. Nō reira, e te māngai o te whare, kaore ro tēnei tū. O tino i tika ana kia mihi ake anō, kia rātou i mahia ngā mahi mō tēnei pire. And I just want to, as other members have acknowledged, the New Plymouth District Council, Mayor Neil Holden, the Taranaki Regional Council, and the leaseholders who no doubt were going through stages of wondering what was going on with this bill. I hope that the future is much better for the whole community. My hope is that this bill will add much more to the community, the wider community of Waitara, and I believe that through this particular bill, that will be so. Nō reira, tēnei ahau anō e tuku mihi atu kia tātou katoa. Nō reira, I commend this bill to the House.
I call Matt Patterson.
Madam Speaker, it is